guy who got the 19th most targets. I mean, I'll sign me up every day, all day.
All
you know
day.
what I'm saying?
Beer me blazer.
But okay, we can start off with the sleepers. Here we got first Jamison Crowder. Who
All
picked
right,
Was
Jamison
that
Crowder.
Tyler?
So this is my guy right here.
His guy.
Mr. Clam Chowder, the Crowder.
Crowder.
Would you like to drink at the bar? Some Jameson.
I'll take some.
Right there, he's got some powder.
I'll take some Jamison powder.
Nice. Yeah, I picked Jamison Crowder to be my sleeper. I feel like he's not getting a lot of love, for what he did last year with Adam Gase. And, Sam Darnold wasn't there for the whole year. He had mono. I'm surprised that kid hasn't got coronavirus. Seeing how he was sick. Maybe it was coronavirus he got. They just called it mono.
Dude, he's immune. He's immune to it.
Anyways, so Jamison Crowder last year finishes as the wide receiver 31 in half-point PPR. Finished as the wide receiver 26 in full-point PPR. So, I mean, here's a serviceable guy where you could throw in as your wide receiver 2 maybe or wide receiver 3 flex guy each and every week, it seems like. But right now he's currently being drafted outside of the top 40 wide receivers in both half-point and full-point PPR, and I just don't understand why. I mean, one thing we've kind of noticed with Adam Gase, the 4 years with him being a head coach, we've kind of noticed that he likes to lean on the slot wide receiver a lot. In 2016, Landry led the team in targets for the Dolphins, 131 targets. 2017, Landry led the team again with 161 targets. Landry known predominantly to be a slot guy. 2018 with the Dolphins, Landry leaves. He goes to the Browns. The numbers there for the receivers were kind of it's kind of skewed because kind of like a wide receiver carousel. A lot of different receivers there. You had Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills. A lot of those receivers were getting hurt too. So that year was kind of weird in terms of like targets for the slot. But then 2019, Gase leaves the Dolphins, goes to the Jets. Crowder, who predominantly lines up in the slot right there, he actually ran the 7th most slot routes in the entire NFL. Led the Jets with 122 targets. So I mean, we're just learning that like Gase, he kind of likes to lean on the slot in his offense. And Jamison Crowder, his 24.7% target share, ranked 13th among wide receivers. So, I mean, here's a guy who's, he's being heavily utilized and targeted in the offense. And I'm always, looking at players where, I mean, it's a passing league nowadays. They're kind of, going to, abandoning the run in a sense, and you're seeing these teams just really air it out. So I'm always looking for players on teams like how is the ball going to move through the air? Who's going to see a big chunk of those passing yards? And like right here, I said 24.7% of the target share went to Jamison Crowder. I mean, you got Robbie Anderson's no longer there. He's in Carolina with the Panthers. They go out and they get Denzel Mims, who I'm pretty high on. Kind of reminds me of a guy like Devontae Parker. But, yeah, so you got Denzel Mims there. They go out and they sign Brashard Perryman. I mean, but we kind of talked about it off air or even on the podcast a couple times. I mean, we're not really sure what's going to happen with these training camps and even these incoming rookies. You're not getting the rookie, mini camps, these like OTAs and whatnot. So it's going to be hard for a guy like Perryman or Denzel Mims, to come in and get acclimated right away when you have a guy like Jamison Crowder who's already been in the offense. He already knows the system. He already knows what to expect. And, that could be Sam Darnold's kind of safety blanket in a sense. So, yeah, I really like Jamison Crowder. Just some more numbers on him right here. 19th most targets in the NFL last year, and he had 88 slot targets. That was tied third most with Tyler Boyd, behind only Cooper Kupp and Julian Edelman. And then he was utilizing the red zone, 16 red zone targets. That was actually 13th most as well, tied with guys like Julio Jones, Kenny Golladay, and my boy Devontae Parker. So, say less. I do like me some Jamison Crowder. Like I said, he's going. I mean, it's kind of hard right now. You go on Fantasy Football Calculator, and like the ADPs are all over the place. I was looking at Fantasy Pros just to kind of see where they have him ranked.
Theirs is a little better. I feel like it's a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, I couldn't really find a definitive answer of where he's being drafted at, but he is going outside of the top 40 wide receivers, like I said. And for a guy who's going outside of the top 40, who could give you, top 25, top 30 upside, I mean, I just think, he's being slept on.
Yeah, wide receiver 49 on Fantasy Pros, 176 in like Yahoo specific leagues. So that's even later. That's probably like almost undrafted. I like it.
Crazy.
Yeah, so that's pretty late.
He's reliable too. I mean, he's like you said, he's sneaky, like a sleeper.
Only 27 years old, and he was graded on Pro Football Focus as the highest graded receiver on the Jets. So, like I said, I mean, you're getting guys like Perryman coming in. Obviously, he's probably going to be utilized in the offense, but he's still got to learn the playbook.
For sure.
Denzel Mims, he's sometimes these rookies, they come in and they take a little time to to groom. You know, not everyone's Odell Beckham or Mike Evans and can just instantly come right in. And
I think Anthony really hammers that in a lot, is about how wide receivers have like less of an impact right away than running backs. So
No, there's,
yeah,
there's
I think
definitely very rare scenarios where that does happen, but for the most part, it's not till the second half of the season, if not year 2 or 3. It's not an instant impact.
Which is what Tyler's saying right here with Denzel Mims not being able to come in and really blow it up.
No, for sure. And that's why, from that standpoint, I like to look at like production. If you're productive for 3 years, it makes me like you more as a rookie receiver, though. Like, you know, immediate production is always good, especially like at a young age. But I mean, Jamison Crowder has been like a sleeper since he was with the Redskins. Like he gets the targets, like you said. For where he's getting drafted, he's the most targeted receiver by far in that area. So it's
what you guys are saying is
It was not a flub.
It's not a flub.
not a flub, no.
Dumbass.
I mean, like you said, like he's going, I mean, realistically past the 10th round, but a guy who got the 19th most targets, I mean, I'll sign me up every day, all day.
All
you know
day,
what I'm saying?
for sure.
He's one of those guys where I know Anthony touches on it too a lot, where it's like, okay, maybe his ADP is like in the 12th round, but it's like you reach up into like the 10th round or the 9th round just to grab him because like your grade personally is a little bit higher on him, and it's like where are you going to get that kind of value at in like the 9th, 10th, 11th round in a sense. So
Yeah, I say specifically in a PPR league, he's someone I'm going to be. I'll target a lot higher. Standard, I might go more towards ADP in standard just due to he's had a long history of not having a high touchdown total.
Yeah.
So I would gear like in PPR, like you said, I definitely think week in and week out consistency for sure.
No, yeah, he can get you 70 catches for, 900, 800 and something yards, and then hope the touchdowns come. I mean, for where you're getting him, that's solid for sure.
man, that clip was informative, huh? Well, there's plenty more right here if you click that. Also, go ahead and subscribe right there.